Today, we fondness.
Before we move forward, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the Reiki Foundation, led by Professor Dr. Reiki Singh, whose vision has inspired happiness centers around the world. The foundation promotes emotional well being, mindfulness, compassionate leadership, and scientific research on happiness. Today, we proudly join to this global family through the establishment of the Reiki Center for the Science of Happiness at Adamas University.
Now, let's finally begin the ceremony with a melodious inaugural song along with the lamp lightning.
Life symbolizes knowledge, purity, and progress. Our esteemed dignitaries forward for the lamp lighting ceremony. Following the lamp lighting, we will be having a beautiful inaugural song presented by Dr. Shanmitra Ghosh, School of Life Science and Technology, Adamas University. Now, I humbly request Professor Shujan Das, Vice Chancellor, Adamas University, Professor Manas Kumar Mandal, Distinguished Professor from IIT Kharagpur, Professor Damodar Shukla, Director, NIT Jamshedpur, Professor Radha Tamal Goswami, Pro Vice Chancellor, Adamas University, Professor Sneha Basu, Director, IQAC, Professor Ankita Chakravarti Bhattacharya, Senior Vice President, Chancellor SET, Professor Momita Mukherjee, Dean R&D and Director of Reiki Center to come upon the stage for the lighting the lamp ceremony. Also request the respective deans and directors photograph. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Kindly please take your seats. Now I request Dr. Shanmitra Ghosh to. Now I'm requesting Dr. Shanmitra Ghosh to kindly proceed with your melodious voice. Over to you.
Ah বহিছে ভুবনে আনন্দধারা, বহিছে ভুবনে দিনজনী, কত অমৃত রস উথলি যায় অনন্ত গগনে আনন্দধারা, বহিছে ভুবনে আনন্দধারা, বহিছে ভুবনে। চারিদিকে দেখো প্রসারী শুভ্র তব তুচ্ছ মানি, প্রেম ভরিয়া লহ শূন্য জীবনে আনন্দধারা, বহিছে ভুবনে। বসিয়া আছো কেন আপন মনে, স্বার্থ নিমগ্ন কি কারণে, বসিয়া আছো কেন আপন মনে, স্বার্থ নিমগ্ন কি কারণে, চারিদিকে দেখো চাহি হৃদয় প্রসারী, ক্ষুদ্র দুঃখ তব তুচ্ছ মানি, প্রেম ভরিয়া লহ শূন্য জীবনে আনন্দধারা, বহিছে ভুবনে আনন্দধারা, বহিছে ভুবনে।
Thank you so much, Dr. Shanita Ghosh, for really setting the stage for the further program. Now we would like to move further with a very special part of today's ceremony, the felicitation of our distinguished guests as a gesture of respect and gratitude from the Adamas University. I humbly invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Suranjan Das, to kindly felicitate Professor Manas Kumar Mandal, distinguished professor from IIT Kharagpur and founding member of Reiki Center for Science of Happiness. Thank you, sir. Sir, I would request Vice Chancellor, sir, to be on a stage, and I would request Manas, sir, to please take your seat. Sir, I would like to request I would request now Manas, sir, to kindly felicitate our VC, sir, as well. As the founding member of the Reiki Center of Excellence, this is a small token of appreciation to our Honorable Vice Chancellor. Thank you so much, sir. Please take your seat. Sir, please take your seats. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to request Professor Ankita Chakravarti Bhattacharya, Vice President, Chancellor's Office, to kindly felicitate Professor Radha Tamal Goswami. Ma'am, I would request you to kindly be on a stage. I would request ma'am further to kindly felicitate our special guest of today, Professor Gautam Shudhakar, Director, NIT Jamshedpur. Sir. Thank you so much, sir. I'll again request Ankita ma'am to be on stage, and I'll request sir to take your seats. I'll request ma'am to be on the stage, please. Now, further, I request Dr. Momita Mukherjee, Dean R&D and Director for the Reiki Center of Foundation, to kindly felicitate Professor Ankita Chakravarti Bhattacharya. A small token of gift from the Reiki Center of Excellence for the Science of Happiness. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll request Dr. Momita Mukherjee to be on a stage. And please present a gift of appreciation to Director Snehu Manju Basu. A small gift of appreciation from the Reiki Foundation to our Professor Snehu Manju Basu, Director, IQAC, Adamas University. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. We thank all the dignitaries for accepting our humble tokens of appreciation. Your blessings and guidance truly enrich the historic occasion. Further, I request all the volunteers present here to kindly present a small batches from the Reiki Foundation to all the members present in this auditorium. Thank you so much.
We now invite Professor Shuranjan Das, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Adamas University, to kindly deliver the inaugural and welcome address for us. Sir, please.
My very good friend, Professor Mondal, Professor Sutradhar, who had been my distinguished colleague at Jadavpur University, my esteemed colleagues from Adamas University, and of course my very dear students who had been spending perhaps the whole day in this auditorium. Now, it is indeed a turning point in the onward march of Adamas University. Because the inauguration of the Reiki Center of Excellence for the Science of Happiness. Professor Mondal will bear me out. I think Adamas University is the only university in West Bengal hosting such a center. Most of the IITs have, most of the NITs have, and if I am not incorrect, a large number of colleges under Delhi University to host this center, and we being the first university in West Bengal to host this center. This would not be possible without the support, guidance, help and cooperation that we received from Professor Mondal. And also the tireless efforts of my distinguished colleague, Professor Momita Mukherjee, who had taken upon herself the onerous responsibility of initiating process which ultimately led to the establishment of this center. Now it is up to Professor Mukherjee and her colleagues to ensure that the ball keeps on rolling. If the ball doesn't keep on rolling, it is their fault. But we have done, on behalf of of the university administration, we have done our best to initiate the process of the ball rolling. I won't take much of your time because we are indeed grateful to Professor Mondal, to Professor Sutradhar and Swami Suparananda Maharaj will be joining us soon for kindly agreeing on this very vital component of human society, the component of happiness. Now, at every stage of the evolution of human society, people have aspired for happiness. There is no doubt about that. Unfortunately, in the case of India, this documentation of the aspiration for happiness has not been done well. If you move to European history, you find the works of people like Theodor Zeldin, who had charted how in France and in other parts of Europe, people in different forms, from prehistoric times to modern times and postmodern times, people have always aspired for happiness. And I'm sure the establishment of a center like this will facilitate the process of documenting the aspiration for happiness also for the South Asian society. What I feel is a search for happiness in human society today is becoming particularly important. In the context that today we are becoming more and more competitive, we are becoming more and more individualistic, we are becoming more and more consumerist, we are becoming more and more intolerant of each other, in the context of which there is a tendency to feel that happiness, the notion of happiness, the process of gaining happiness could be kept in the background. Let success come, then happiness will come. But again, history shows that is completely wrong. Because it is happiness which comes first, and it is only happiness which can ensure success. As one scholar rightly pointed out, I quote, happiness is not the end of the journey. It is the energy that fuels the journey itself. And as I was going through some of the literature of the Reiki Foundation, I think this is the premise on which Reiki Foundation acts. And I can assure Professor Mondal that our university colleagues will strive forth to ensure that the mandate of Reiki Foundation is fulfilled in letter and spirit. I won't take much of your time, but to end with two quotes. One from the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. One speaking of happiness, Mahatma Gandhi said, I quote, happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Unquote. So we have to be harmonious individuals. And that is what the goal of Reiki Center should be, to teach how people can live in harmony and yet succeed. Perhaps in the same vein, Swami Vivekananda reminded us, and I quote, man thinks foolishly that he can make himself happy. But after years of struggle, he finds at last that true happiness consists in killing selfishness, and that no one can make him happy except himself. Unquote. I think let these two quotes, one from Gandhi and the other from Swami Vivekananda, be the guiding spirit of this center. I wish the center every success, and again, I put on record our sincere appreciation of the support that we have received from Professor Mondal in establishing this center. And I'm sure we'd be able to extract the same sort of, so that the initiative that we have taken to have the center here does not go in vain. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a enriching and encouraging words. Thank you so much. Now may I request Professor Radha Tamal Goswami, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Adams University, to share a few words of encouragement to us. Over to you, sir.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, distinguished guest, Professor Mondal from IIT Kharagpur, Professor Sutradhar from NIT Jamshedpur, and my esteemed colleagues. And obviously, something. After that, nothing left with us. He said everything about the happiness, but I have jotted 2-3 points. I'll just speak on that. And first and next is congratulations, Dr. Mukherjee, for opening this center, the Rekhi Center of Excellence for the Science of Happiness. So the science of happiness, what we often call that positive psychology. The psychologists are sitting over here, psychology professors, studied what humans thrive, feel fulfilled, and experience well-being. So it focuses not only on reducing suffering, but on understanding the condition that create a flourishing and the happy life. So actually what the brain says, that is the most important. There are 3-4 points are there. One is the motivation, reward and anticipation, which is called the dopamine. Secondly, what is serotonin? That is mood stability and well-being. Our mood swing, that is very important to the students I am talking about. Bonding, trust and social connection, which is nowadays the social connection nowadays is becoming a rare. And endorphins, that is a pain relief and euphoria. One is the quality social connection. This is number one. That is strong predictor of long life and well-being. Number two, gratitude practices. This is the second one. Third one is the physical activity, which actually increases the happiness. Fourth one is the meaningful goals and autonomy. Fifth one, kindness and pro-social behavior. Next one is the mindfulness and the presence. So these are the factors actually increases the happiness. I hope the center will work on this definitely, because we create the center, but to so we must do it so that happiness prevails. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for delivering such an informative talk. Now I would request to come up on stage our driving force behind this center, Professor Momita Mukherjee, Dean Research and Development and Director of this Rekhi Center, to share the vision, objective and roadmap of this pioneering initiative.
Very good afternoon to all of you. It's my profound honor to welcome you to the inauguration of Rekhi Center of Excellence for the Science of Happiness. Today we are not merely unveiling a new research center, we are actually embracing a movement towards creating a happier, more fulfilled and emotionally enriched society. This initiative, generously supported and inspired by the Rekhi Foundation, is a milestone for our university and for the future of holistic education in India. In a world where stress, anxiety and emotional fatigue often overshadow the joy of living, the science of happiness emerges as a transformative discipline. Through this center, Adams University aims to nurture minds that are not only intellectually brilliant, but emotionally resilient. Individuals who can lead with empathy, clarity, and purpose. The center's vision is clear and inspiring: to cultivate a scientifically grounded understanding of happiness and extend its benefit to individuals, institutions, and communities. The objective reflects this vision with remarkable clarity: to advance cutting-edge research, to integrate happiness education across diverse academic disciplines, to promote mindful and compassionate leadership, to empower youth and communities, and to collaborate globally with researchers and institutions committed to well-being. The Center's 5-year roadmap is ambitious yet achievable. We will discuss this in detail during the Executive Council meeting today. It includes the establishment of the research lab, the launch of academic program, community well-being initiatives, policy-driven studies, and international collaborations. By 2030, we aspire to position this center as a national model for happiness education and a hub of innovative research with real social impact. To make Adamas University a beacon of happiness-driven education where knowledge, compassion, and inner well-being combine to create future-ready, emotionally balanced, and socially responsible global citizen. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Rekhi Foundation, Professor Rekhi Singh, for his trust on us and partnership. Their dedication to advancing human happiness is both visionary and deeply human. This center stands as a testament to their belief that happiness is not just a feeling, it is learnable science, a measurable outcome, and a transformative power. I also acknowledge the leadership of our Honorable Chancellor, Professor Somit Ray, whose unwavering vision for education rooted in values, empathy, and innovation has made this possible. I am grateful to Professor Suranjan Das, Honorable Vice Chancellor, for his support during the when we started thinking for getting such center. So he is, and I hope he will be always with us. This belief is shaping not only successful professional but compassionate human being aligned seamlessly with the goals of this center. As we inaugurate the Rekhi Center of Excellence for the Science of Happiness, let us pledge to make happiness not just a research or academic pursuit, but a lived reality in our campus, in our communities, and in our everyday lives. Through this center, we will nurture the theme, আপন হতে বাহির হয়ে বাইরে দাঁড়া, বুকের মাঝে বিশ্ব লোকের পাবি সারা. Let us feel your pulse beat to the rhythm of this worldwide and wonders. This is another common, with focus on the emotional and spiritual connection to the world that comes from stepping outside oneself. Once again, I welcome you all and thank you for being part of this remarkable moment. Thank you.
Now we are greatly honored to welcome our esteemed distinguished visiting professor, IIT Kharagpur, and founding member of Rekhi Center to deliver his special address to the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Our respected Professor Suranjan Das, the Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, my faculty colleagues, Professor and my dear students. And stand here because I got several opportunities to come and meet you. And meet you from time to time. I really had some degree of connectivity with this university, which makes me come here from time to time. Now, this being an inaugural address, before I talk anything else, let me clarify certain situations that why do we actually interested in having science of institutions throughout the world. There are 77 institutions throughout the world, and many of these, as Sir has already mentioned, IITs, IIMs, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, they have instituted it, there are certain reason behind it. The idea is just not happiness is neither a choice nor a compulsion. If you believe that you can choose to be happy, then why 95% of the people in this world, they would have been happy by now. And you cannot compel yourself also to be happy, because if you chase it, you will never get it. So the question is, where lies happiness? The fundamental philosophy of having science of happiness is to create happiness for others, because the belief is that if you can create it, you will get perpetual happiness. What Swami Vivekananda has said, Sir has just mentioned about it, is important that we create happiness for others and remain amongst the people perpetually who are already happy. So the journey for Science of Happiness, which started 8 years back, in fact, I started it with Dr. A.K. Singh, who actually has funded all these initiatives. I just serve as a technical advisor for all these institutions. The idea is that we are not here to look at the past, like stress management. We are only here to build the future. And the idea is also to tell students and people who are in science of happiness that career is within life, life is not within career. So to give them a better perspective about what life is all about and why not we should run after the career that we have been doing, which made us a little stressful, is something we really want to do. Ironically, by happiness, we do actually be in the pleasure trap. In Science of Happiness, which is little paradoxical in nature, that in Science of Happiness we tell people why life is more important than career. We also tell students in particular that why attitude is equally important than aptitude. Aptitude is important. To get into your job, aptitude is very important. But if you really want to sustain in a job, then what is required is your attitude. Therefore, these certain paradoxical thoughts, the contradictions amongst the generations, like what is more important in our life? Is it mind or mindset? Each one of us has got beautiful mind. But many of us has actually faltered in mindset. So when we talk about Science of Happiness, it's just not art of happiness. We do not want people to be happy. We actually want the educated people to understand the process behind happiness. Outcome is one important issue, but it can only be ensured only the process is known. So in Science of Happiness, we teach all kinds of sciences. You may wonder, being in IIT Kharagpur when we started Science of Happiness, why people have accepted us? Why by now we have had at least 12,000 students, BTech and MTech people who have actually cleared Science of Happiness as a courses. Why do they do it? The idea is that we know that scientists and engineers can only create happiness. They can actually make people, they can actually bring mass happiness amongst people. So our interest is never to prepare the past like stress management courses. It's about building the future. How can we build our the students' future in particular better through the understanding of science of happiness. And how can our students so that's the motive. And for that we take records of all kinds of sciences, from genetics to biology to neurosciences to psychology to ecology to economics. We actually teach all kinds and all inputs are there. So in IIT Kharagpur we have got people from medical sciences, engineering sciences. I mean, like engineers tell us that how assistive technology can create happiness for people who are otherwise handicapped. Now, surprisingly, we have found that the handicapped children are far more happier than able children. So we never knew this. When we started all this journey, we came to know that why such kind of happiness is more important for able children than the handicapped children. Very paradoxical, but we came to know about it. So in science of happiness, basically we from teach everything from physics and agriculture to aeronautics. All kinds of sciences are involved in it. That's why it's a transdisciplinary science, just not an interdisciplinary or a multidisciplinary science. And by virtue of a transdisciplinary science, we talk about a science which is solution-oriented, problem-focused. We don't teach about theory. Because we know that 90% of the theories are based on only 10% of human population. Only 10% of human population. We only read books which are written on those population who are never known to us. Therefore, idea is to create the indigenous way of the unique way or idiosyncratic way to create happiness among students, and that happiness is nothing but well-being. So we ensure well-being, wellness and welfare. By welfare we mean that happiness through economic means, by wellness we mean happiness through physical means, and by well-being we mean happiness through psychological means. So all these areas we do cover in the university setup is a very apt and appropriate place to run all such courses, apart from what we have been trying to teach as a core subject. So if core subject is there for me, we can always have a core career and a second career. And the second career is a career which interests you. And the core career is something which gives you the ability. And ability and interest never come together. So if you can generate interest, of course, you are not only fortifying your core career, you are actually also generating interest in doing something for yourself, for the society, and for the community in general. I hope with this message, some clarification I wanted to give, what do we actually mean by science of happiness. And towards that end, I am sure this university will do their best in order to generate and promote the idea of what science of happiness is all about and how we can create happiness amongst others. As I told you, if I try to be happy, I would never be. If I try to choose it, compel myself to become happy, I would never become so. But if I can create happiness, we'll get perpetual happiness. Thank you so much. God bless all of you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, a special message from our distinguished guest who is joining us live virtually. It is our honor to welcome Professor Gallardo, founder and president of World Happiness Foundation, whose global initiatives have been instrumental in shaping modern happiness studies and well-being practices. Professor Gallardo.
Hello. Hello, hopefully you can hear me.
Yes, sir, we can hear you. May I kindly request you to share your thought with us? Over to you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so glad to see you all sitting there. Actually using my background. You remember we did in February this year, we were there with the Happiness Fest. And there you can see behind me many of you, including Professor Manas Mandal and Sanju Chetri and Renita. And many others. So I'm glad to be back online in this very important occasion. So distinguished leaders, dear colleagues, dear friends, today is a profound milestone, not only for Adamas University, but for the global movement toward a world of freedom, consciousness, and happiness for all. The opening of the Reiki Center of Excellence for the Science of Happiness is a powerful statement that universities are not only places of knowledge, but the catalyst of inner transformation, social regeneration, and human flourishing. At the World Happiness Foundation, and I'm very glad to lead this organization together with distinguished board members such as Manas Mandal or Reiki Sin, I believe that happiness is both a fundamental right and a skill that can be nurtured. And science plays a central role. We bring the science of happiness into universities. We are doing more than teaching theories. We are empowering new generations of thinkers, creators, educators, scientists, and leaders to cultivate compassion, purpose, resilience, and collective well-being. Adams University is leading the way. With courage and vision, you are demonstrating what it means to align education with the deepest aspirations of humanity. The Reiki Center will not only generate research, it will shape new practices, train conscious leaders, and opening doors for students and faculty to explore inner peace, meaning, and the science of a life well lived. On behalf of the World Happiness Foundation, you have my full support. We stand ready to collaborate through research, joint programs, experiential learning, and applied projects that advance happiness. I actually presented my book there at that stage in February. Happiness and well-being across cities, businesses, schools, and all communities. Together, we can build systems that place human flourishing at the center. Systems where compassion guides policy, where well-being guides innovation, and where education becomes a gateway to fundamental peace. Let this center become a lighthouse, not only for India, but for the world. A place where science meets wisdom, where youth meet purpose. Happiness becomes a collective journey. Thank you, and let us continue co-creating a happier, more conscious, and more compassionate. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Gato. Now, I would like to request our special guest of the day, Professor Gautam Sutradhar, to kindly share a few words of encouragement with us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Very good afternoon, one and all. First of all, I am here today as Dr. Sneha Manjari Vasu, Director of IQAC, invited me just to discuss with your Dean and other faculty members how we can collaborate with NIT Jamshedpur. That part is over, and then he said me that it may be attend in Reiki Foundation program. So I came on her request. Not only that, I want to learn something. Students were is a subject now because Government of India, Ministry of Education now giving more stress on the students' happiness. In my institute, Reiki Center is not there, but we are doing something else because there are many components or many you can say, paths to become happy. I am not the special, I am not a specialty on this subject that what is happiness, how happiness could be done, but at least understand that yes, as Professor told Manas Mandalji, Manas Kumar Mandal, Professor of IIT, that yes, happiness comes when you make happiness happy to others, then automatically happiness will come to you. There is no shortcut route that it will come happiness to you if you want. It is correct. And second thing, what online that specialist told, yes, transformation. So in our institute, say music is one of the things which happiness may come because it actually transforms. So in our institute, music, drama, are very strong and they are very talented people, and they are also doing meditation. This is another part. So after discussion with Professor, I am also thinking to start a Reiki Center because recently what I was talking that MO is giving stress on the happiness and wellness of the students. Yes, you may know that how much suicide is going on in IITs and NITs, and each and every case there is a issue why, what. Even we have made some counseling center. What is the problem? It is not the career. The problem is nowadays the students, they are getting concentrated. And you can say mobile, then Instagram, then Facebook. Okay, there are good things also there. I am not telling that there is no good thing of this social media. There is a huge good things are there. But what I felt almost more than 20 years I am in different institutes. Last 10 years almost I am the head of the institute. And we are going so many conference, seminar, how the academic fraternity is going to change. Even 10-15 years before, when we were visiting a hostel, the situation was different when it is today. Students are slowly they are eliminating from society, and ultimately, it is sorry to say, even they are forgetting their parents at some point of time. Not all, but it is happening. It is happening. What is the way out? What is the way out? Even there are many forums, even at the central level, they are discussing how this connection is going out. The students are going higher education and their connection with the society is going down. So it is true fact. So Maharaj ji idhar hai, I also want to listen something from him. There is no such medicine that okay, you take 2 file and you will be happiness from the inner side. No. Even happiness is related to your mind particularly. I am telling you, in our time when we were a student 30 years, 35 back, here even I am telling you, in my campus, those 2 students got a job, more than say 1.5 crore per annum. Then other students are getting depressed. Their parents came to me, sir, you are actually newspaper, they are giving that this people, they are getting 80 lakhs plus, 1 lakh, 1 crore plus. And my student, my child, they are getting frustrated. I am telling to him, see, they have to understand it is life. This is the first job. It is not last job. Your boy, how much he got? He got 12 or 13 lakhs. So another boy is getting, or another girl is getting 1.5 crore. So he is getting depression. So the thing is that you have to accept some point of time that yes, failure will come. Failure is a part of your journey. Failure or rejection is a part. You have to sometimes accept. So we actually, what we are lagging, even we are we could not say to our children that yes, some point of time you have to expect the failure also. Always you are getting the success, 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 but failure is a journey. Failure आपको मिलना ही है. If you are not getting any failure of your life still now, you are think that you are not in a proper place. You are not in a proper route. So failure will come. जितना भी science और जितना भी जो भी innovation हुआ है, इनको जो भी हुआ है, failure is come. How many failures came when a bulb has been invented? How many? Thousands. Thomas Alva Edison, when he made the bulb, how many times? See, everybody knows. I am not repeated. Even the cinema also. The Jurassic Park, their man. First of all, they are not taking that thing. But now it's one of the biggest. So that failure will come. My submission to all the students and young teachers, failure will come. You have to accept that. But if you don't accept going to the depression, you will be the sufferer. And you try to make small things. Small things. For example, if you want to be wise, one day or one week you make and you will get wise. No. You have to make a small thing. One page you write, you read, and definitely after 1 year you will be little bit wiser. If you want to go to the gym and think, okay, 7 days after I will get the muscles, is it possible? No. You have to sincerely, honestly, and with accountability you have to do. So these are one of the things. So my only suggestions to all of you, the juniors, be sincere, do small things. Successful people do small things in a very sincere way. That is the best thing. So thank you very much for inviting me. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Dhanyavad.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we come to a significant and proud moment of this today's ceremony, the unveiling of the inaugural plaque and ribbon cutting, marking the formal beginning of the Rekhi Center of Excellence for the Science of Happiness. May I respectfully invite Professor Suranjan Das, Honorable Chancellor of Adamas University, Professor Manas Kumar Mandal, Distinguished Professor, IIT Kharagpur, Professor Gautam Sutradhar, Director, NIT Jamshedpur, Swami Suparnanandaji Maharaj from Golpark Ramakrishna Mission, Professor Radhatamal Goswami, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor of Adamas University, Professor Sneh Manju Basu, Director IQAC of Adamas University, Dr. Rajat Ray, Registrar of Adamas University, and all other dignitaries present here. Also, Professor Momita Mukherjee, Dean, Research and Development, and Director of Rekhi Center. I'm requesting all of you to please forward to the plaque unveiling.
The University of Melbourne pushes me to be a little more focused academically and learn business acumen to thrive in this economy.
सुपर पावर यूज करने का टाइम आ गया।
आप टेंशन मत लीजिए।
I request everyone to
IIFL
please
फाइनेंस से
stay for a
झटपट
group
लोन
photograph.
लीजिए और बिजनेस आगे बढ़े।
लाइफ भी आपको का मौका दे। सुपर पावर अपना गोल्ड यूज करिए।
Sir, come. Thank you so much, all dignitaries. Please take your seats.
We will now listen to a special recorded message from Professor Dr. Rekhi Singh, founder of Rekhi Foundation and the vision behind the global network of happiness centers. His guidance and inspiration continues to shape the mission or today we celebrate. May I kindly request our IT team to take the stage, please.
Good day, everybody. I'm Dr. Rekhi from the Rekhi Foundation for Happiness, and I'm very pleased to connect all of you at Adamus on a special day marking the inauguration of the Happiness Center through the recorded video. I wish I could be there in person with all of you, and I do hope I will get that opportunity sometime in the future. Adamus is a great institution, perhaps the only university that trains you for your future work, whether it's entrepreneurship or a examination, IAS, IPS, WBCS, or work in industry. In the words of Dr. Samit Roy, Chancellor, the aim is to impart socially relevant education and fulfill the dreams of young boys and girls. We at Rekhi Foundation for Happiness are very pleased to partner with Adamus University, and our mission is to create happy students, happy faculty, and a happy campus. We believe that happy people are more successful than the other way around. Today, the foundation is working with more than 75 educational institutions. Science of Happiness is a part of their curriculum. Today's theme is Science Meets Serenity, a very relevant topic in the science behind happiness. What that means is creating a bridge between the rational part of your brain and the emotional part of your brain, and creating peace, calm, tranquility. As you're aware, our brains are wired negative. Thousands of years of evolution. Fear is a very strong emotion that helps us survive. Our brains learned that if it gives us fear, we will survive. And in the brain, there is no delete button. But today, those dangers that were there when we lived in the caves and forests are not there. But the brain continues to trigger fear, worry, anxiety for many dangers that are imagined and are not even there. The danger is not real. The fear of the imagined danger is real. So we live our lives in stress. Stronger. Negative is remembered more than positive. Let me give you an example. If you have 5 events a day, 4 are extremely positive, you get a high raise, you get to meet a great old friend, and whatever. 4 are very good events, and 1 is an insult or an embarrassment. The brain will catch on and latch on to the negative event, not the positive. The brain lets go the positive events but stays with the negative events, and the brain continues to become more and more negative. I'll give you another example. If you get a lottery of $1 million, it's a happy event. The brain should be happy, but the brain looks for something wrong, something negative, and surely it finds it. Somebody will tell you you have to pay a tax of 40%. 400,000 is going to go away. The brain will not look at 600,000 positive that you're getting, but will look at the tax of 400,000 that's going away, which is why we call the brain as a negative. So the brain is a negative filter. It's a negative sieve. We stay with the negative experience longer and let the positive experience pass through. Brains are neuroplastic. They change, and they can change with awareness that it is a negative bias. We can deliberately focus our attention to the positive experience or the positive part of an experience, and that will change the brain to be positive. That is called experience-based neuroplasticity. Where and what we pay attention to becomes a part of that brain. It changes the structure of the brain. So it's up to our brains happier, positive. Today we have many speakers, but I want to mention that we have one speaker from Reiki Foundation, Professor Manas K. Mandal, a world-renowned neuroscientist. His is on decoding science of happiness. I encourage you to attend that one. With that, I conclude, and I thank you all very much for giving me this opportunity to connect with you and speak with you. And I wish you all lots of
We would now like to present a short visual glimpse of our newly established Reiki Center of Excellence for the Science of at Adamas University. Second video, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anu, for shooting the video clips, and Mr. Rupayan for editing the video. Now, I request Professor Snehamanju, Director IQAC, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Respected Vice Chancellor, distinguished dignitaries, invited guests, directors, deans, colleagues, and my dear friends. It is my honor and privilege to extend the formal vote of thanks on this historic occasion of the completion of the Reiki Center of Excellence for the Science of Happiness at Admas University. At the outset, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude to our Honorable Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. Shomit Ray, whose visionary and multi-dimensional leadership continues to shape the growth, innovation, and social commitment of this university. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Suranjan Das, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Radha Tamal Goswami, for their unwavering academic leadership and constant encouragement. Your commitment to nurturing a holistic and compassionate learning ecosystem inspires us every day. A special and reverent acknowledgement is revered for Professor Dr. Reiki Singh, whose pioneering vision and lifelong mission to advance the science of happiness have inspired the institutions across the world. Cultivated through knowledge, of this center at Admas University is a reflection of your noble vision, and we remain deeply grateful for your trust. Your insight have added great depth to today's event and strengthened our academic direction. We are also honored and grateful to Dr. Gautam Sutradhar, Director, NIT Jamshedpur, for his kind presence in this occasion and his valuable work, which encourages all our students. We also extend our sincere appreciation to Professor Luis Geraldo, founder of World Happiness Foundation, for his meaningful reflections and for being a valued part of this global celebration of well-being. We are also thankful to Swami Shupananandaji Maharaj. We are awaiting to listen from him. We also extend our warmest appreciation to Professor Moumita Mukherjee, Dean Research and Development and Director of the Center, whose vision, dedication and tireless coordination have been instrumental in the successful establishment of this center. Her leadership will continue to shape its future academic, cultural and societal impact. To the organizing committee, to all faculty members, administrative and technical staff, dear student volunteers, and every individual who has worked tirelessly behind the scene, we offer our sincere thanks to all of them. Your collective efforts have made the inauguration program truly memorable and impactful. Today marks the beginning of a significant journey. The Reiki Center of Excellence for the Science of Happiness will enhance the culture of our university by embedding happiness, empathy, gratitude, resilience, and emotional well-being into the daily lives of our students, teachers, and community. It will transform not only how we learn, but also how we live. Finally, to all our distinguished guests, participants, your gracious presence has added warmth, inspiration, and meaning to this occasion. We look forward to your continued support and association as the center grows in relevance and reach. With a heart full of gratitude, thank you one and all. Warm regards.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This brings to the end of our inaugural ceremony. Now we are moving toward for our academic session. Here we will be having 2 lectures from Swami Suparnanandji Maharaj and another from Professor Manas Kumar Mandal. Here only. Yeah, here only. I'll request students to be please present here. If you want, you can take a 5 minutes break, but please come back. It is a really honorable time to listen Professor Manas